Hello, I'm Martin Riley and I'm the Conservative candidate for Stalybridge and Hyde in the forthcoming general election. I'd like to talk to you about why I believe Labour never works. I'm old enough to remember the late 1970s when the economy under Labour got into a terrible state. We had to be rescued by the International Monetary Fund, and the poster that was used at the election by the Conservatives was "Labour isn't working," showing massive unemployment. I also remember 1997, after the government of John Major, when Tony Blair came in and decided that he would stick to the Conservative spending plans for the next 2 to 3 years. That all went well, but then it was decided to abandon those plans and to start spending. And spending they did, increasing the level of public expenditure to almost half of gross national product. Very difficult for any country to sustain that. And of course, without saving for a rainy day, when the economic crisis hit us in 2008, we had no cover. As somebody said, they should have fixed the roof when the sun was shining. And we've all been paying the price of that, although Labour have never apologised for the economic mess and the chaos they caused at the end of the last government. This government has had to pick that up, and the coalition, I believe, have done an excellent job, as recognised by people around the world, in restoring British economy onto a sound footing. A lot more has to be done, and we have to avoid excessive debt, which Labour got us into. But I don't believe the Labour philosophy works, because at the end of the day, if we don't have a strong economy, and we don't have people feeling motivated, risking their own money to set up small businesses and small companies, then we won't generate the money to pay for public services. And then everybody suffers, because everybody's taxes have to go up to pay for them, and we end up having to cut those vital public services. So that is no model for economic success. Labour would prefer you forgot about the past, but I think it's my job to remind you of what has happened in the past and what is likely to happen again as Ed Miliband takes us on a path right back to the 1970s. Now, I think it's important that people should respect politicians, that they should respect Parliament and the job that's done in Westminster. I think politicians should have experience before they get into Westminster and are not just put there to play a party political game. What I want to do, because I have this experience and I know how it works in the outside world, where people are told they have to reach certain objectives. Those objectives I will set as my 3 pledges, which I've already announced on my election literature. 1 is to improve the service of Tameside Hospital, working with the management and all the hard-working medical staff to take it out of special measures and to ensure that the death rate begins to fall. I will also work with people in our schools, in education, to ensure we have the best possible system to give our young people a start in life and to train them for the kind of jobs that are now on offer in Manchester and other parts of the country. High value and high tech jobs. And I will be a champion of the Northern Powerhouse set up by George Osborne, which is going to generate a lot of high value jobs, which we should take our share of. If I don't achieve what I set out to achieve, I will ask you every year in a transparent way on my website to tell me how I'm doing. And if I'm not doing on a year-by-year basis what you expected me to do, then I will not take my full parliamentary salary. I will take it, but I will allocate a certain amount, which you will determine, which will go into works and support for the constituency. This is my pledge, and I think this is the way to begin to restore respectability, credibility and trust in our parliamentary system and in our politicians. Thank you.